good, y'all? It's your boy Eddie back at it again with another cooking video, man. Look, today we are gonna be making asada fries, okay? Losing weight does not have to be boring, I promise you. Now you can do this in the plethora of ways. I'm no longer trying to lose weight, so it's gonna be different than how it used to be done. But I'm gonna let you know the alternatives of what you can do to, you know, make it a little more weight loss friendly, I guess. So 3 ingredients for this. Well, really 4. I gotta go down and get the 4th one. But boom, we got these steak bites right here. Yeah, got the steak bites. Now you can use ground beef. I would, you know, recommend a leaner ground beef. 96.4 is what I used. So yeah, you can use that. But I'm gonna use steak today. I used ground beef the other day, so I want a little more flavor. Fries. I'll clean that up right now. These shoestring fries right here, only 130 calories per serving. Come on now, you can't really beat that. Or you can use, you know, an actual potato, cut those up. That's what I used to do. I used to cut up the potatoes, but I'm lazy and I don't feel like cutting up potatoes, so I started buying these. And cheese, mozzarella cheese. I've learned, I think it has the least amount of calories. It tastes fine. This is the 80 calorie per serving one. I usually get the 45 one, but they don't have them at Whole Foods. They only have them at Walmart. So you gotta do what you gotta do. Like I said, I'm not trying to lose weight, so I don't really care. All right, so first things first, we are going to cook this steak. Now, my cooking skills, they get in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really I'm just a grab and go type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Just cook it up, eat it. I'm not with the fancy doing all that extra stuff, but we're gonna try to do this medium. These are hard though. These are harder to cook than like an actual like steak, because there's so many of them that you gotta pay attention to. But we're gonna try. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Let me clean up these fries real quick. All right. So first we're gonna get our pan. We're gonna heat it up. Now what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how to make a steak, because I don't really. I just put it in the pan and put some seasoning on it. That's fine. But what I will tell you is, whether you're using ground beef or steak or chicken, I think chicken would be a good option for you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're really trying to lose weight, chicken, you can get a lot more bang for your buck with the chicken. So you probably go chicken. But if you're using chicken, steak, ground beef, you better make sure you got one of these food scales. If you don't have a food scale, get off my video and go buy one and then come back, okay? That's the only way you're gonna know if you're losing weight. Take the guessing out the game. Take the guessing out the game, all right? Boom. So we're gonna heat this pan up. We're gonna wait for that, and I'm gonna let y'all know what we do next. So what I like to use this 0-calorie avocado spray. Some people, when they make steak, they use like butter or something like that. I don't know, man. Like, if you want to use butter, make sure you use a scale. Know how much butter you're putting in there, please, because you thinking you losing weight, but you're not, because you're eating 500 calories worth of butter. Come on, get a grip. 0-calorie spray. It's not really 0 calories, just so you know. So be careful of how much you know, put in this pan. Spray a little bit in there. We're gonna open up this steak here. Let's see. 160 calories per serving, 112 grams. We're gonna weigh that out and I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like. But right now we're just gonna cook it all together. Actually, ooh, I'm done. I was supposed to season this. I messed up. Let's see. We'll use this. You got to season. You got to do it. All right. I'm just gonna do just easy salt and pepper, nothing crazy. Like I said, like I'm very simple. I don't. The extras, you can do that at your crib. Over here, I'm just gonna do it simple. So at the end of the day, I don't really eat for taste. I eat for gains. I eat for gains, man. When you start eating for taste, that's when you start adding a bunch of stuff in your food that don't need to be there. And then you start gaining weight. Or you never lose any. You know what I'm saying? So the less ingredients, the better. Remember that. Don't act like I never taught you nothing. Can y'all even see? Hold on, let me drop y'all down a little bit so y'all can see what's going on. There we go. All right, now in the pan. Woo-wee. Hear that sizzle? That good sizzle sizzle. Let me wash my hands though. Now, remember, when it comes to gains and losing weight, I personally believe that chicken is superior. You get a lot of protein from it, not a lot of fat, and very little calories. So, skinless chicken breast, y'all. It's a cheat code, I'm telling you. I'm not gonna weigh these, because I don't really care, but you should definitely weigh these. Don't listen to what I say. Don't do what I do. Simple. I already lost the weight, okay? I already lost it. So and I live and die by this air fryer right here, man. I was not an air fryer believer. I was not. But it turned me into a believer. I love it. I cook everything in it to no cap, bro. All right, let's see what we got going on here. See what I'm saying? There's too many pieces to, like, I can't flip over every single piece individually. Like, how am I supposed to get it? You know what I'm saying? If anybody really know how to cook these, let me know. Let me know. All right. So we got the steak going. That's looking good. We got the fries going. Now, let me talk to you about fat-free cheese, okay? Now, there's a certain step that you have to do when you're making this fat-free cheese. Or, yeah, before you warm it up, you know, because you want it all melted and nice. You have to wet the cheese. That sounds nasty, I know, but it's fine, bro. It tastes regular. If you don't wet the cheese is not gonna melt in the microwave. It's just gonna burn. I promise you, I tried it plenty of times. Okay? You have to wet the cheese. Put it in your hand, put some water on it, however you want to do it. Dry it off with a paper towel. Put it on top, and you green, bro. I promise. I'm gonna show you. Let me show you. I ain't gonna lie. I think we looking cool. I think we looking cool. We good. So we gonna move that back, and we gonna turn this off. All right. Now we gonna come over here. We gonna check on these French fries. Let's see. Okay. They golden. They golden. Ooh. All right, let's put a little salt on here. Okay, just a little bit. Make it taste like the McDonald's fries. We're gonna put them in there for another couple minutes. All right, now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna wet this cheese, bruh. Let's wet this cheese. Next to see me, hold on. Let me turn you a little bit this way. All right. So we get this paper towel right here. We got a paper towel. We're gonna lay it right here. We're gonna get the cheese. Make sure you weigh the cheese, bruh. Weigh the cheese, cause you're gonna be eating 200 calories of cheese and you don't even know. Weigh the cheese. All right, so we're gonna wet it like so. Just like that. Simple. We're gonna put it right here on the napkin. Simple. Get a little more. We're gonna wet the cheese. Put it down right there. Boom. Simple. That's it, bro. Like, don't be scared. It's just water. You know what I'm saying? It's just water. Water and queso. Feel me? Like I said, man, this meal is only 3 ingredients. You don't need a bunch of extra ingredients. Just make your food and go to the gym. That's all you need to do. Simple. How bad do you want it? You let me know. I think we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. So now we're gonna assemble this bowl. Okay? Food scale. Put the scale down. Okay. It's on. So now what we want to do is weigh these fries. So it's 130 calories for every 84 grams of fries. This is 100 grams, so it's about 150 maybe calories for these fries. That's a good amount of fries right there, man. Stop playing. You don't need a bunch of fries. Alright, now we get our steak. Like I said, for a serving, it's about 112 grams, okay? Get your steak, bow. Okay. Okay. Make sure you don't put none of the fat juices in there. Try to get rid of as much of that as you can. Okay, that's 115. I'm going for a little more because I want a little more steak. I got the calories for it, so I'm good. That's about 156 grams. Okay, now we want to come over here and we want to get the cheese that we just wet up. Okay, now we're going to show you why you're supposed to wet it. You sprinkle that on. Let's see how many grams this is. I should have weighed it before I wet it, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Probably should have did that, would have been smart. Spread that cheese on there. So it's like 58 grams, it's probably about 160 calories worth of cheese. But if it was a 45 calorie cheese, it would have been a lot different, but unfortunately they didn't have it. Alright. Now we gotta put it in the microwave. Now I'm gonna show y'all what the microwave do to the cheese. See, you see what I'm about to do? I'm about to taste it out of the pan. A lot of people, they'll do that and they don't add that to the calories, the tracker. That's an extra 10 calories you didn't, 20 calories you didn't count for. That's how people be gaining weight. They be snacking and picking that stuff and they don't track it. They don't know how much they ate. I almost did that. I almost reverted back to my old ways. Let's see. Yep. Look at that. melted. Melted. Now I was gonna go down and get some salsa downstairs at the grocery store, but I don't really feel like it, so I'm just gonna eat this like this. But yeah, man, if y'all got any questions, leave them down in the comments. If not, thank you y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell, and I'm gonna see y'all soon.